What is up, guys? This is Richard with kingslayercards. Today we have Crow, the Revengers player.
What is up, YouTube? Back at it again with another video. I know it's been some time. Today, we'll be bringing you guys one of my favorite decks of all time, Shadow Paladin, Revengers. Without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the deck profile. Alright, so just so you guys know that we do have pre-decks for sale, the list that I'm going to show you now is my actual personal list, but as we're going through, I'll go ahead and have some talking points so that way we can actually just discuss what actual changes you can make to the pre-built deck that you'll see available online. Alright, so first we're going to start off with our starter. You can use any starter necessarily you want. I just personally like the Doggo Full Bow. Next, we're going to hop into the trigger lineup. For the trigger lineup, I have 3 Strike Crit, 3 Revenger Crit, 2 of the defensive Draw Crit, 1 Sentinel Crit, Blue Over Trigger, because you want the crit pressure. I run 2 of the Heal Guards, and then I run 2 of the Counter Charge Heals. The reason being why you want to run the Counter Charge Heals is because not only can you get the counter charge, which is important for the deck because we don't have any true counter charges, it also has the Revenger name. So with the grade 1 rental, if you hit and you see it off the top 3, you're also able to add this to hand. Now with the pre-built version, you're gonna have a little bit more draw triggers in there. So my personal build, I run 2 draws, just because again, drawing defensively is kind of nice. You can change this out to another Sentinel crit if you want to, totally up to you. But with the pre-built version, it will come with 4. And you can cut 2 and just make space for like other PGs. Next, we're gonna hop into the grade 1 lineup. You're gonna have 4 rental. This is gonna be your on-hit pressure here. On hit on Vanguard, whether you're boosting or swinging with it itself, check top 3, add a Revenger card. And on top of that, when it retires, you get to bomb one of your opponent's cards on their board, so you get rid of problematic cards. Next, the most broken card in the deck, personally, I think, is Rakai. So this card here, when this card is rolled on top of during your grade 3 turn with the Revenger in its card name, do keep that in mind, that you can search your deck for any grade 1 that you want, call it as rest. So ideally what you want to do is if you ride the Dark Blessed Angel and you end up having this in solo already when you ride on top, you will call this to rear guard on the side, rest it, and then you can solo blast 2 and call out the same Dark Blessed Angel that you had before. Or you can just help find any of the other cards that you want to that are combo pieces, such as the Darkbone Trumpeter and the Mar, so that way you can find your other raging forms. Next, we have 2 Afi. Afi here is you rest her, check top 5, find a raging form. Can't search any of the other, like the Raging Fall or the card that helps you, the Slayhead's Dragon. It has to be Raging Form Dragon, but it works with the V and the OG one. And if you just whiff, you give 2K to something, so it helps fix its numbers. I run 1 Mar in the deck. Mar just helps you to find whatever copy of your Vanguard. So even if you're on a stride and you have a Raging Form Dragon, as long as you place each counterblast 1, you search for the name. It doesn't have to be that grade. So you're still able to find a Raging Form Dragon. Last but not least, in my personal build, I run the 1 Darkbone Trumpeter. This card is okay. It just helps to extend combos, and if you're lacking like pieces, this helps find a crit or a heal depending, because it searches for a Revenger 0 and call it out, so it just helps to build body and board. For the last grade 1 slot, Elementar Sanctitude. I advise that everybody has at least 1 copy of this in their deck, especially for like certain matchups, and just triple drive in general. When you're playing in the Stride meta, this is just a free 1 card block PG. Next, we're gonna hop into our grade 2s. We have one of the other good cards in the deck. It's going to be Dark Blessed Angel. When this unit is retired from rear guard, due to your card ability, you kind of lost 1, search your deck for a grade 1 or less and call it on board. And this allows you to extend your combos, letting you do 3 to 4 Vanguard swings. Next, you have 4 copies of mana. On place, search for a grade 1 or less Revenger, call it on board. Again, just a way to build a board essentially for free. This can get you any of your combo pieces, such as the rental for the unhit pressure, the Martyr search for the Vanguard, the Dark Bond Trumpeter, they search for another card, which gives you 3 bodies on board for the price of 1 card and 1 CB, since the Dark Bond does CB. And to round off the grade 2s, we'll run 2 Tartu. She's just on place from hand, so that's 1, and you get to call a grade 1 or less. Unlike the mana here that you see, you can actually place her with the V Raging Form skill with his limit break skill. When you're at 4 damage to call this, she gets to get a body for free. This, the wording specifically says place from hand, so kind of sucks. But this card is still good just to help you find combo pieces, and in an early game you can call it Afi, so that way you can rest it and help you find a Raging Form. And the boy himself, we run 3 V Raging Form. In the deck that you see available online, you're gonna have 2 of the V Raging Form. A 2-2 split is actually ideal too, just so that way you can have a consistent way to get into your Superior Stride. But if you want to up deck a bit more, make the ceiling a little bit higher, I would advise running the 3 V Raging Forms, and last but not least, the 1 OG Raging Form. So that way you have access to the Raging Wrap combo. Next, for the support cards, you're gonna run 3 Slayhead's Dragon. This is just another way for you to get into your original Raging Form Dragon, especially since in the deck itself available online, you have 2 Raging Forms, or OG Raging Forms. So you have essentially 5 copies of this card, but in the personal build that you see here, this will make 4 copies. And this also helps you go into the V Raging Form as well. To finish off in the grade 3s, your finisher of the deck, Raging Fall Dragon. This here helps you to extend your combos as well, where you go Raging Form from V, and then the V says you don't have to ride a Raging Form, just a Revenger grade 3. And ideally you want to ride into this because not only does it give you another force marker, depending on how many CB you have available to you, you'll be able to do the extra restand play on it as well. It's kind of hefty, but it's available to you. And last but not least, to round off the rest of the deck here, main deck wise, I run the 1 Angel Ladder. I would advise that you do run this just because up against board disruption decks, you just want to tell your opponent, hey, you can't touch my board, so that we can combo off for free. And also you get another soul as well, which comes up in certain scenarios. And of course, now, last but not least, heading to the G zone, you have to have the 1 crest, obviously. Going to have your 1 Messiah. It's mandatory to play, just so that way you can get your quick Guardian. Going to run your 1 True Avenger Drag Ruler. It's just an unflip fodder for the Raging Wrap. This card here, actually, you can take out and add anything else, whether you want to add another G-Guard, a different Stride, totally up to you. Next, the main guy himself, Raging Wrap Dragon. This here, because of the crest, it makes this actually live now and a good card. So once you ride the original Raging Form, even if your opponent's at grade 2, you can discard a sum of a grade 3. Do keep in mind, Stride crits do not work, only grade 3s itself. You go into this here, and because you didn't get a force marker this turn, the crest allows you to get 2 force markers. So you can go force 1 or force 2, totally up to you. Player's preference at the end of the day. And you're gonna flip 1 Revenger card in your G zone. So, as I stated before, the Drag Ruler is there for that reason. Or you can just unflip a copy of himself. Regardless, you'll be able to do at least 2 to 3 Vanguard swings during that turn. And the crest makes this a limit break 4 skill, so it makes it like the original Raging Form Dragon, where you only have to kill off 3 Revenger units. Next, we run the 2 Chainwrecker Dragon, just copies the Vanguard ability, so essentially your Vanguard, or your heart rather. And of course the Troubadour, where your opponent has to guard with 3 cards from hand, so you can go into your Raging Fall Dragon. Here, you copy his ability, and you lock up to as many cards as you want to. You normally want to lock 2, so you'll lock 2 back rows, and you'll have 3 grade 1 less bodies on board, so grade 1 here, here, and here. So that way, you can have the guard restrict live, and you get to do 2 Vanguard swings with the Troubadour, and then the 2 Vanguard swings also still have Troubadour. Next, we run 1 Crow Crutch. This card here is just another restander, and it also just helps to nuke your opponent's board as well and punish them for not committing the board. Just another restander just for that specific reason. And of course, you get all the force markers riding the V region forms. You can have Vanguard swinging for its 28 by itself, and double force marker makes it 48. Or if you're just sitting on a force 2, they have to block because you're swinging with 2 crits. You run 1 Morfessa. It's just a emergency button in case you're in a scenario where you can't do like the Chain Ranker or Crow. This just helps to apply more pressure as well and help you draw cards as well. And it works really well with Dark Bless Angel too, because you can kill it off, Counterblast 1, draw 2 cards, and Dark Bless kill. Since you kill it off, you can burn another CB to call it grade 1, so it refunds that to round off the actual strides himself. One of the sleeper cards of the deck will be your Diablos, Phantom Diablos. This card here steals games and punish your opponent for not having a board, and in the Gize matchup, you literally just auto win because they can't kill off 0 dragons. And he does have 10k and a crit. So he's swinging 38 by himself, assuming no force markers on the Vanguard. For your G-Guards, you run the 2... Oh god, forgot his name already. Plotmaker. Plotmaker here is just a 25k shield as long as you have Ritual 3. And last but not least, you have 2 copies of Deep Engraver. This here stops you from decking out because the deck itself just naturally flows pretty fast. And by turn 4, turn 5, your deck is about this low. So just being able to put back grade 1s and important combo pieces in deck just helps a lot. And also in the Dimensional Police matchup or any guard restrict matchup, you can also burn the 1 CB to have a protect. And that pretty much rounds off the deck, guys. Thank you so much.